I know I said I wouldn't say anything else, but this is kind of just more of a personal thing, but I need to be a better Christian. We all need to be better Christians. This is not the time to be lukewarm. You can have your differing opinion, but the Bible is clear on its stance when it comes to homosexuality, when it comes to gender, when it comes to babies. I mean, the Bible is clear that I knew you before you were born. I formed you in your mother's womb. Even scientifically, like the moment conception happens, your DNA is the first thing that is created, and it already determines your hair color, your eye color, like everything about you is already determined. Who you're gonna be. It's in your DNA. Your DNA is created at conception. And it already determines the human, the person that you are going to grow into. We can have differing opinions, but like, if you're a true Christian, hey, this is my opinion. This is my truth. If you're a true Christian, you'll see the Bible for what it says, for the reality of its family values, what Charlie Kirk stood for, biblical family values. And you gotta live them. You don't have to go around spewing them 24/7. And be respectful and don't hate people, but live them. You gotta live them. This is not the time to be lukewarm. Dare I say, Charlie Kirk was a martyr. Now, I don't want to get political. Okay. Was he a martyr for standing up for gun rights? Was he a martyr for the Republican Party? I'm not gonna say that. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say he was a martyr for the Republican Party. But for Christ, he was a martyr because he spoke biblical truth about family values, about all that. And he got killed for it. You know, whatever. He wasn't a fascist, you know. I'm not saying he was a martyr for the Republican Party, but I'm saying he was a martyr for Christ. And now is not the time to hate people, to get political. As a Christian, and as a Christian, now is not the time to do any of those things and to be lukewarm. Now is not the time to be lukewarm. And this is really, I struggle with this. I am at the public school right now, and I have lied about what I've agreed with. I have stayed silent, and I've come to the conclusion where it's like, either you stay in silence, in awkward silence, or you speak the truth, no matter how hard it may be. I don't understand everything. I don't know everything. I don't know, what's metaphor and what's not in Genesis. I debate. I don't know everything, okay? I don't. But I know when it comes to morality, I know what the Bible clearly stands for. When it comes to theology, I know what the Bible clearly stands for, what it clearly says. And I have a relationship with Jesus. I'm filled with the Holy Spirit. And I know there's something to Christianity. I know there's something to Jesus. And I don't care if you disagree with me. And you should kindly respect my opinion, as I'll kindly respect yours. I'm talking to Christians right now. But it's gonna be hard. I know the truth. I know the biblical truth. And it's gonna be hard to stand up for what I believe in. But this is God giving us a wake-up call. I'm not saying God did it. I'm not saying God was responsible for this. Satan was definitely responsible for this, but God allowed this to happen to give us, as Christians, a wake-up call. To give America a wake-up call, but to give Christians a wake-up call. That there are dark days coming. Now, we need to prevent them. We need to stop political, religious violence. We need to prevent it, and we need to postpone it. May it be in our lifetime or not. Although, may it be in our lifetime or not, there are difficult times coming. And Christians are going to be killed for their faith in America. I believe. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows if America's even going to be around when the Antichrist is around. But Christians are going to be killed for their beliefs globally. One day. That's what Revelation promises. And we just need to love people, and we just need to not be lukewarm, and it's hard to stand up for your faith in a world that's so divided. And the more, and honestly, although I know the statistics, although I know the sentiment, is that most people, no matter their beliefs, think this is horrible, think what happened to Charlie is horrible. What I've still experienced while being at the public school is when it happened, the first thing I heard in my first class was someone saying, when they heard that he was talking about gun violence before he got shot, I heard someone say that they had to try not to laugh when they heard that. Like my dad is pro-gun. You gonna kill him? You gonna laugh at his death? And luckily, I did hear another student. I'm just quoting him, okay? Calm down. Don't get legalistic. I'm just quoting him. Then I heard another student in my class say, "You're a pussy if you have to kill someone." And I mean, hey, I agree with that. He's a coward. That was nice to hear, like, right after that, though. That was nice to hear. And then the guys I sit with at lunch, like, he said, like I said, he said he didn't feel sorry for Charlie or his wife because she married someone like that. Okay. But he felt sorry for his kids. And I spoke up and I said, you know, he was just the average American conservative. I've been around them. I know they're not all evil. Like, I said, like Donald Trump, but we're not going to talk about that. Donald Trump, you know, I don't know the man personally. And this is a wake-up call for me, too. I can't just go around. I'm not saying I fully trust him, but I can't even just go around calling Donald Trump evil when I don't know him personally, you know. And I agree with Donald Trump's conservative family values. So, I need to start standing up for my beliefs. But, and then, the day after that, they kind of talked a little bit about Charlie. I just kind of stayed silent. Because he was saying, you know, I heard two people saying that, oh, they caught the guy now. Or this was before they caught the guy. He said, oh, they said whoever did this deserves the death penalty. And he went, no, I don't know about that. And I'm like, but he said it in a way that's like, no, I could tell they voted. He said, I could tell they voted for Trump. And I was just silent. But, like, why does that matter? Why does it matter who they voted for? Probably would have voted for Trump too, but didn't tell him that. And literally my train of thought is, like, everywhere right now. It's all over the place. What was I gonna say? Like, I was silent, but, like, why does it matter who you voted for? And, like, I don't know about the death penalty. I wouldn't care if he got the death penalty. I don't know about the death penalty, but definitely prison for either life or for many decades. Like, your life is gonna be halfway over by the time you get out. Because what he did was horrible and wrong. And if you don't think so, you're just as bad as the historical fascists you claim to hate. You're just as bad. I can't say that. But I can say what I was about to say something. I was about to compare you guys to something even worse. But what I can say for the people who are happy that he died, you are just as bad as the historical fascists you claim to hate. And I can say that. I honestly, the only reason I didn't want to say the word, because YouTube is sensitive, you're just as bad as the historical fascists you claim to hate. If you think it's awesome that he's dead. I'm all over the place in this video. I wanted to say this. I know I said I wouldn't make another one until events unfold further, but I just had to say this. But there will be videos to come of me reading the Bible and me trying to get closer to God, because this is just ridiculous. We just gotta get better, man. We just gotta get closer to God. God bless you all.